Hi, well, we're going to present the writer Julio Cortazar. He was born on August 26th of 1914 in Brussels, and he was a selfish also, he did a lot of time in his bed, and that was the reason why he take like a hobby of read a lot. His mother used to select his books to read, and that's the reason why too he start writing and reading. One time, like because of the reason that he loves to read a lot, the doctor said that he had to read less and go out to get some sun.
His educational life began when he started to study philosophy and languages in the University of Buenos Aires, but he couldn't finish his degree due to financial issues. After that, he became a teacher in several schools in Buenos Aires, Chivilcoy and Bolivar. After that, he became a professor of French literature in the University of
In 1944, he moved to Cuyo, Mendoza, where he starts to teach in his own university French literature. On that same year, he wrote his first novel, Brujas, and it was published in the Correo Literario magazine. In 1948, he starts to collaborate with a lot of magazines, one of them in the Reality magazine, where he publishes his first real work, Theory of the Tuna. In 1948, in the same year, he obtained his title of French and English translator. In 1949, he published his second novel, Los Reyes, and it was the first novel that he wrote with his own name, because he has wrote a lot of different works, but with another name. In 1949, he wrote his first novel, that it was called Divertimiento, that in some way prefigures Rayuela, his masterpiece. In 1951, he's exiled. He took his life to start to travel around the world, but he mainly resided on Paris. There is where he starts to translate a lot of works, like Edgar Allan Poe's books, in which he gets inspired for the rest of his other works. In 1969, he finally wrote Rayuela, and he wasn't famous until the publish of that book, because it was another genre called almanaque, which mixes poetry, chronics, narrative, and essay. Then, in 1984, he won the Konex Award in Buenos Aires, right before he died.
So in 1953, he first got married with Aurora Fernandez, a translator. They lived a humble lifestyle in Paris, and once they got an offer, they were hired to translate a book of Edgar Allan Poe, and it was established as the best translate ever. After that, they broke up in 1967, on which he had another relationship with a girl called Ugna Carvelis, but they never got married. She was the one who made him be interested in politics. They broke up shortly after that, and then he got married again. with a girl called Carol Dunlap. They made a lot of trips during their relationship, and they wrote a book about that called Los Astronautas de la Cosmopista together. And well, she died, and then he got sick, and when he got sick, the one who took care of him was his first wife, Aurora.
Well, in 1981, he suffered an hemorrhagic, so it was like so horrible, and it was like he was so lucky to survive, and it was maybe because of the fact that he grew, because he never stopped to grow. In 1982, his wife, Carol Dunlap, died, and he entered in a deep depression, but he wasn't alone because he stayed with the company of his previous wife, that was Aurora. Then in 1983, when the democracy of Argentina returned to that country, he traveled to his country and he was so accepted by the people. Then he returned again to Paris and he fell sick, so he died because of leukemia. And on February 12th of 1984, he died, and he was burned in the cemetery Montparnasse of Paris. And you can go and put a glass of wine or a paper or a ticket with the drawing of a graduate.